Drake Clayton, open field, in front of him. Drake Clayton across the 50. It's a foot race. See ya. Welcome back to Westmoreland on the Gridiron on the Westmoreland Sports Network. And you heard from Coach Dave Brzeski of the Norwin Knights. And now we're going to talk with a guy that went up against the Norwin Knights last week. He is Drake Clayton, our Week 1 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. And Drake, a huge game for you last week. I know it was in a losing cause, but over 200 rushing yards, including a huge 85-yard run that looked like it was going to take the game into overtime. Didn't quite do that, but just a great performance by you last week. Congratulations on being named Player of the Week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Drake, you guys had a lot of success on the ground against the Knights last week. Again, you rushed for over 200 yards. Kyle Brewer, Bobby Fetter, they had big games as well. What do you think led to your success on the ground last week?
I think our line blocked very well. And going into the game, we knew what plays we wanted to run, and we repped them a lot in practice, and that really helped. I mean, I saw where I was going to go with the ball, and I knew what I wanted to do. And I think that helped a lot with my success on the ground. And theirs.
It's not easy to get that many yards in a game. Have you ever, at any level, rushed for 200-plus yards?
No, I have never ran for that many yards. I've always been more of a defensive guy more than an offensive guy. So that was nice.
Well, you've definitely excelled at that, too, in your career. Did you think when you busted that 85-yard touchdown that the game was headed to overtime at that point late in the fourth quarter?
Yes, I kind of did, but I was also more worried about getting back on the field for the next for kickoff and getting my cramps rolled out. So,
how difficult was it to battle through that? I know that that's something that's really frustrating for student athletes, no matter what sport you're playing, in terms of battling the cramping issue. What were you doing during the game to try to battle that, Drake?
During that, I just always have the roller ready, rolling myself out a lot. It was pretty frustrating because I really wanted to be in the game. I needed to be in the game for some of the last drives, but unfortunately I couldn't. So it was very frustrating.
Now, when Norwin went on their scoring drive and ended up getting that game-winning field goal, were you out on the field at that point?
Yes, I was out there for a few of the plays.
Okay.
I was getting rolled out whenever I wasn't, and that was very frustrating.
Now, defensively, I know you gave up more points than you certainly wanted to, specifically that last drive. So what was the coaching message this week in practice defensively, to try to limit, Kiski area this Friday?
Definitely practicing with a lot more intensity, going over a lot more defensive heavy practices, going over the game plan, a lot of talking after practice, meetings after practice, and watching more film.
Now, even though Norwin got that last-second field goal at the end to win it, you guys did a lot of good things, especially offensively. You go up against a bigger school than you, 6A school. It's a non-conference game, so in the end, it doesn't mean anything. But what positives can you take out of a loss like that?
We had a lot of guys that were getting hurt, and a lot of guys that first-year kids that have had to go in and step up. And I thought they did very well. And also, we had a lot of guys that were battling through injuries like cramps that stayed on the field and toughed it out and gave it everything that they got.
I know it was rainy, earlier today during practice, but how has this week of practice been as you guys try to rebound from a loss?
It's been a lot more intense coming out of the loss. Everybody was frustrated about it, and it just made us want it that much more, and we know how much this game means to us this week. So everybody's coming out fired up with a lot more intensity.
Now, you mentioned the injuries. Obviously, you got to feel for your man, Bobby Fetter, there. I know he's battled through injuries throughout his career. He got injured against Norwin. If he has to miss some time, do you expect Riyadh to be able to step up in his place?
Yes, I think Riyadh will be able to step up. Him and Bobby have been working together all summer. He got a lot of reps over the summer, and Bobby's been working with him a lot this week, and we're all going to rally around him, and I think he'll be just fine.
When you look at this team, Drake, I know we had a chance to talk with you during training camp, but do you believe this team has what it takes to make the playoffs? And is there really a belief that will happen? I know you're taking it game by game, but when you talk about team goals, I'm sure that's one you had circled before going into the season.
Yes, I definitely think this team has what it takes to make the playoffs. This, in my opinion, is one of the best teams that have come up. The team, we just have a lot of chemistry this year. We've all been playing with each other since midgets. Everybody comes to practice, has worked hard all throughout the offseason, throughout the summer, and even into the season. And we all want it really bad. So I think we can definitely make playoffs.
What would you say you like most about this team?
the chemistry of the team. Everybody, we're all really close. Going out and practicing with them and playing with them every day is very fun, and that is definitely something that makes it more enjoyable.
Drake, you mentioned that you have made your money, if you will, on the defensive side of the ball for the most part in your career. Now, this year, obviously, you've really splashed onto the scene as a great offensive player. What would you say your best attributes are as a football player? What are your biggest strengths?
I have a lot of experience. I've been playing since my freshman year. I know what it takes to win games. I know what needs to be done. I'm also a very hard worker throughout the off season and watching film, lifting to get bigger, and a leader as well, just getting the younger kids and everybody fired up before the games.
You know, last year it was such a strange atmosphere I'm sure you guys, for the fans that were allowed to be there. You know, not many fans were there. The bands, could only perform at halftime, that type of thing. But you've played in some big atmosphere games, I guess, to start out the season. Latrobe, always a big rivalry. And then, of course, the game last week, I was there, and there were a ton of people. What's it like now coming out, onto the field for the first time, getting to finally experience what, as a former football player, that was one of the best experiences I know that I've ever had, coming onto the field with a packed house. What's it like as you kind of compare it to last year?
It's a lot more exciting. Last year, we did miss it. I missed it. It was very weird just playing with not many fans. The atmosphere was just different, but I definitely think it's a lot more exciting this year, and I love having the fans there and cheering. And then I think it makes it makes a big difference in the game.
Now, Drake, you guys take on Kiski area on Friday. Non-conference game, but you certainly want to get the win, a team that's in 5A. And, when you look down the road, it could factor into playoff seeding. It could. So what do you kind of expect from Kiski area? Can you kind of give us a scouting report on the Cavaliers, what you see from them?
We expect an experienced team that wants to be physical, that are going to come in this week with an edge. They really want it. They had a good start there after 2-0. So we know they're going to come hard this week.
All right, that is Drake Clayton, our Westmoreland Sports Network Week 1 Player of the Week, but he's not done yet. He's going to go through his quick 6 questions. Are you ready for this, Drake?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. What do you enjoy most about playing football?
Definitely, like I said before, playing with everybody. We're all very close, and I'm glad that I'm able to go out and have fun on the field with them. It just makes it that much better.
So when you're not on the football field, what are you doing? What are some of your hobbies?
I enjoy going fishing. On the weekends, me and my family always go out fishing, and I also like spending time with my friends, going mini golfing, to the driving range, just hanging out.
Very cool. Do you have a secret fishing spot you can let everybody know about, or is it a secret?
No, it's not really a secret. I mostly just fish. It's down in Salzburg. It's Conemaugh. It's called Altman's Run.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely aware of that. So, what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Took a trip up to Raystown Lake a couple years ago, and we caught some big stripers. Stripers,
yeah, that's a huge place for stripers. My parents actually have a camp up at Raystown, so I'm very familiar with Raystown as well. We got to hook up, man, and go get some fishing done together, I think.
I know. Let me know whenever.
Who was your favorite professional athlete?
Marshawn Lynch. I just like the way he runs the ball. He's a very physical runner. He always, his yards after contact, he always falls forward, and that's what I try him on my game after.
How about your favorite sports movie?
It has to be The Blind Side.
That's a good one for sure. How about your favorite pizza topping? What would that be? Are you kind of crazy at all, like with pineapple or just straight pepperoni?
No,
what do you like?
I'm pretty basic. I just like straight pepperoni and bacon on my pizza.
I like bacon as well. If you could meet one celebrity, past or present, it could be an athlete, could just be a celebrity, who would that person be?
It would definitely be Lil Uzi Vert. We listen to his music before the games. He gets us pumped up, and he's my favorite artist.
And finally, Drake, we leave everybody with this question. Who's had the biggest impact or influence on you in your life, would you say?
Definitely my parents. They're always here for me. They always inspire me to do better. I know I can always count on them, even in midgets. Whenever my dad used to coach me, he always pushed me to be better and pushed me to be the best person I could.
Drake, thank you so much for doing this. You're a great speaker. We really enjoy talking with you, whether it be off the air or on the air. And good luck the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll see the Wildcats competing for a playoff spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. That is senior Drake Clayton of the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. We'll be back with Westmoreland on the Gridiron as we take a look at those Week 2 matchups right after this.